Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Look, I've been watching the under-21s today. It wasn't too bad. Under-21s played the PFA team, of course, today, and it was a decent game, to be honest. It ended in a 1-1 draw. Likes of Connor Wickham and all these players were playing. And it's a good outing for the likes of Shea Lacey and Musa, of course, and Diego Leon also played in the game in a 1-1 draw. Obviously, the PFA team were full of basically elder players or players that are on free transfers, or they're basically out of contract, so to speak. I remember Connor Wickham was a very highly rated player back in the day, not too long ago, not in the distant past, of course, but he played in the game as well. Ended 1-1. Not many people knew it was on. It was live on YouTube, guys, if you guys didn't see it, but I was watching it, guys, and it was decent. And look, very impressed with Shea Lacey. Very impressed with Shea Lacey. Very impressed with, obviously, Musa as well. Very good players. Now, guys, before I start, I know it seems like I've started, but before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, all that sweet stuff. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. Of course, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Now, guys, news circulating around Manchester United. Manchester United are set to arrange a behind-the-doors friendly against Aston Villa to get some players up to speed. Those players include a player named Sekou Kone. Manchester United have been impressed by his recovery from his facial injury, which was obviously very bad, but he has recovered and he will be playing in a behind-the-doors friendly against Aston Villa in view of getting into the Manchester United's team. Now, he has been called up to the first team squad. That means he is ready. He's ready for the first team squad. He has been called up to the first team squad. And look, I think that he should be drifted into the team slowly. I think slowly but surely he should be given an opportunity. And I think he should. I think he's a very good player. Every time I've seen him, looks composed, looks like he's 3 steps ahead. And that's one thing I like about Sekou Kone. I really like the way he plays. He's very comfortable in the ball, always got blinkers. You need those blinkers when you're playing football, and he knows how to run a game. And I like that about him. Hopefully, not necessarily the next couple of games, because obviously we've got a team squad ready. But the likes of Brentford, the likes of maybe being the squad against Chelsea, who knows? But those sort of games, he could be ready for those games. And I think the more choices we have, the more options we have, the merrier, in particular in that midfield position, because, we're down to our bare bones at the moment, guys. We really are. We got Mason Mount, who's injured. Good news about Cunha, of course. Cunha's hamstring injury apparently is not as serious as first thought. Obviously, when you've got a hamstring injury, you can have a torn muscle in your hamstring, and that could be 4 to 6 weeks minimum, of course. But it doesn't look like it is that bad. It is a little tweak. So in regards to Sekou Kone has been called up to the first team squad for Manchester United. Will be playing in a behind-the-doors friendly against Aston Villa. Fantastic news. And that's what it's all about. That's what we want to hear about, guys. But that is what we need. We need our players fit, and we need as many choices in the team as humanly possible, guys. Because as we know, the less choices we have, whenever we get someone injured, it's just going to take one injury in that midfield, and we are absolutely done, guys. Because at the moment we've got Mainu, and we got Ugarte, and we got Casemiro, and we got Bruno who can play in there. One of them gets injured, maybe 2 of them gets injured, and we're down to the bare bones. So we need Sekou Kone in particular in this next few weeks, guys, when the going gets tough. Of course, absolutely. Guys, don't forget to smash a like. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone has had a good day. Yeah, I enjoyed the friendly. I enjoyed the friendly between the under-21s and the PFA team. I enjoyed it. I really did. So it was a good insight to see some of the players that are up and coming to play against a competitive team, elderly players as well, and they held their own. Of course, some of them were like, but a lot of them were very good, guys. And I do think Man United need to look in this direction. I think, look, we didn't get a right wing back. We didn't get a midfielder. So why not bring in Sekou Kone? Why not bring in Mantato? Why don't we bring in these players? Because at the end of the day, these are talented players. We've got to give them an opportunity. We have to try it. And because we can't keep doing the same thing and failing on the same thing. You don't have to play him from the start. You can bring him in and gradually bed them into the team. And then eventually they'll be ready for the team, of course, guys. And that's one thing I would say. Now, guys, in regards to transfer news, of course, Mr. Onana, okay? Onana could be going to Saudi Arabia, apparently. News circulating that Onana, I mean, obviously, he can't go to another European club. The windows are closed, so the only option he's got is Turkey and Saudi Arabia. He can only go to those two countries, and I would think that he would do well in Turkey. He would do well in Turkey. Now, the biggest question will be, what do Manchester United do with Mr. Andre Onana? What do we do? Do we play him? Or do we just leave him on the bench? I don't think we should play him anymore, and I give my reasons for that. It's not just about him being an incompetent goalkeeper. It's also about him being, low in his price. Because if he keeps making mistakes, no one's going to want to buy Mr. Onana, are they? They're not going to want to buy him. So, I would say that, I think that we should sell him. I think if we get an offer for him, we should get him. It is a little bit late. Again, it is a little bit late. But we can't be going in with Heaton, Onana, Bayinde, and Lammens. 4 goalkeepers, guys, who are who are deemed first-team goalkeepers. Apart from Bayinde, you would say is deemed the first-team goalkeeper. I firmly believe that Lammens will be placed as a number 1 eventually. He will be in that team. Hearing that he may start against Man City, I don't know too much about that, but I have heard circulations in regards to my contacts that he may start against Manchester City. Now, look, I believe what I believe. I believe that he should start, because at the end of the day, you throw him in the deep end. No better time. Throw him in the deep end. Here you go, mate. This is your stage. And that's what I would say about that. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're all blessed. Of course, guys, big up everyone in the stream. Afternoon, Sal. How can Kone be ready? You got to watch the news, Dembo. You got to watch the news, brother. Afternoon, Sal. Big up, Daryl. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up Dembo, by the way. Guys, he's back, Dembo. Afternoon, Sal. I would give a Kone a shot, 100%. What's the worst that could happen? Onana can F off and don't need him around our squad. He's a downer in the dressing room and players don't trust him. I mean, you know what? I would even class him as a bomb squad. I would class him as one of the bomb squads because, he's a little bit... I look at Onana and he's a great personality. He's got his very bubbly personality and stuff like that. But I look at Onana and I think, you know what, that guy is untrustworthy. I mean, I don't think he takes things seriously. I really don't. I don't think he's a serious goalkeeper that's going to take us forward. We need a calm influence, like Seni Lammens, a calm influence, a head screwed on, and just concentrates primarily on football. And that's what it is. The fact that Onana's going into contract negotiations after everything he's done with Man United, losing us the Europa League final, getting us knocked out of the Champions League, costing us tens of points in the Premier League. I mean, I think it's, audacity, the audacity of it for him to go into that, to the board and ask for a 20% pay rise. Ridiculous. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Big up yourself. I caught the second half out. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I was almost scout watch today. So I was watching the PFA, and not many people knew it was on. I caught it, and it was quite good. I was quite entertained. I liked it. There's quite a good few stand-up performers. Not Shea Lacey, guys. Shea Lacey was absolutely phenomenal the whole game. I mean, obviously, Connor Wickham scored a goal, and Shea Lacey equalised. This guy is very promising. I can't wait for him to get into the Man United team. This is the one player I'm looking at the moment, and I'm like, yeah, that guy's good, man. That guy's good. Saviour, it's good that Kone has been called up. We need it. We need young players. The senior team. Mateta also is needed. I agree about Mateta and I agree about Kone. They need to be. I mean, if Kone weren't ready, he would be called up to the first team squad, of course. So at the end of the day, we need Mateta. We need Mateta. We need obviously Kone. These are two very talented players. And if we watched the friendlies before the season started, you could see that these players are ready. In particular, Mateta and Kone, they were ready. So why not bed them in? You don't have to play them against City. You don't have to play them against Chelsea even. But when we get to the likes of Brentford and we get to the likes of Southampton and these type of teams, Everton and all that, these type of teams, Burnley, this is the teams that you play these players against. This is the teams that you bed them and you give them that little bit of experience and things like that. I would definitely do it. Big up Stephen Maguire. How you doing, my friend? Ruben knows they need to start playing the youth and they do better job than most of the first team. I think in particular, the positions, Stephen, big up Stephen. I think in particular, the positions that we're desperate, we need at the moment. The positions that we need to start playing these youngsters, start bedding these youngsters into the team. I really do think that. I think it's important because You know, what's the point of having a youth team there if we're never going to use the youth team? We need to try and start playing them. Big up, Grayo. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Afternoon, brother. Hope you're well. Good to see you, man. I wouldn't let Onana play one more game in the United shirt ever again. Mate, at the end of the day, I mean, I've never seen a goalkeeper as bad as him at Man United, and statistically backs me up as well. He's got the worst record in all the Man United goalkeepers ever, basically, in regards to goals, errors leading to goals, in regards to goals conceded, everything like that. He's got the worst stats out of all of them, you know, including Fabian Barthez and players like that. He's above them when you're thinking about players with over 10 games for Man United. And Massimo Tayibi had 5 games for Man United. You can't count that. We're talking about teams who've had a few games for Man United, and, you know, you pull it pound for pound and stuff like that, and you pull it like that. Saviour, Lammens should start against Man City because Onana and his friend, they're not good. I mean, at the end of the day, what I would say, Saviour, is that I agree with you. I agree that he should play. I absolutely agree that he should play, because at the end of the day, the goal is the same size. And in regards to a new goalkeeper, you don't really need to bed them in. You don't, because at the end of the day, he's in goal and he's going to be stopping shots. That's his job. It's not really a tactical thing. I.e., for example, the outfield players, they need to be tactically ingrained into the system and stuff like that. I don't think Lammens does. Of course, there is a few things that you need to work on in regards to the shape, passing out from the back and that, and which is Sally Lammens is very good at. I will give him an opportunity. And look, guys, you know what? One thing that Sir Alex Ferguson said, which it sticks to me, he goes, play the youth, seldom they let you down, which means they never let you down. They won't let you down. And I would say play Sally Lammens, and he's 23 anyway. He's not like, you know, a young lad, you know, coming out the block and stuff like that. He's been around, guys. He's played a few. He played for Brugge. He's played for, obviously, Royal Antwerp. And he's played for the Belgium under-21s as well. So at the end of the day, give the guy an opportunity. There's people, right, when I was growing up, playing for England, scored against Argentina at 18 years old, you know, in the World Cup against Argentina. You know, there's people who used to do that. You know, so I'm not one of them people go, oh, you know, he's too young. We need to bed him in. We need to give him a slowly bed him in and stuff like that. Nah, not for me. I will play him straight away, guys. In regards to Onana, if we can get rid of Onana, fabulous, absolutely. We could get rid of him like that. That would be absolutely fantastic. I'd be happy if we can get rid of him. I do believe he's an influence within the dressing room. I think he's a bad influence within the dressing room. A few things stick out to mind. He's always joking and giggling around before a match. When we got a serious match, he's always making mistakes. You never know when Onana. Watch out, Onana's about. Watch out, Onana's about. If you never watch out, Onana's about. Absolutely, because Onana will make a mistake if you do not watch out. And Onana will. And you could be comfortable. The game could be going your way. Everything is great. We're going to win the game. And then he does some bozo moment. We are so lucky to get to the Europa League final last season with the amount of mistakes this dude made. Now, look, I feel sorry for him in a way. I do, because I'm a nice person. I feel sorry for him. And I felt like that, you know what? It just hasn't worked out for him. And that is all it is. It's nothing personal. It is nothing personal. But we got to think about what's good for Manchester United, of course. Good afternoon, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up, Danny B, of course. William, good afternoon. How you doing, brother? Good to see Mr. William Logan in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Daryl, more of the original Butterfingers. Absolutely, man. I mean, look, I've seen some bad goalkeepers in the time. I've seen some bad goalkeepers play for Man United. For example, Gary Walsh, you know, players of that ilk. You know, Les Seeley. I mean, God rest his soul. Ended up playing for my local team later on and that. God rest his soul, by the way. We had a few. Tim Howard, I thought, was a clown. I mean, Tim Howard was the birth of Jose Mourinho. Tim Howard was the birth of Jose Mourinho. He's the one who palmed that ball to the Porto player that gave them the win against Manchester United on aggregate, I think it was. And he gave the win against Manchester United. My goodness me. That's the most annoyed I've ever been. Probably, I was so annoyed that day. I was like, oh my goodness me. I couldn't believe what was going on. Hope you're good, Coco. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're good. Carol is the one I hate. Roy Carroll was like, yeah, mate, goalkeeper, mate. I'm a goalkeeper, bruv. That's it. You know, just Mr. Roy and goal. That's it. It was nothing special, no frills, no great saves. I remember, wasn't it the final, Daryl, against Arsenal? Didn't he play in the FA Cup final in 2005 and it was absolutely crap? I know that Man United dominated that game. All I can remember is Man United dominated that game. But in the penalty shootout, you know, I remember the penalty shootout and I remember him not saving one. You know, you need a goalkeeper who can save penalties. Sally Lammens is one of those people who can save penalties. He can save penalties. The good thing about Bayindir is better at penalties. I think if Man United brought on Bayindir against Grimsby, Man United would have went through on penalties. Bayindir would have saved a few of those penalties because those penalties, let's be honest, against Grimsby were poor. Coco. Yeah, sad for Onana, was rooting for him when he came, but the evidence is clear. Where I blame him is for his big talk, and he is crazy. I think, you're very right, Coco. I think the most important thing is accountability. It's accountability and not taking responsibility for your actions. You know, you're not taking responsibility for your actions and your mistakes as well. I would never have played against Grimsby. I think that was a huge mistake from Ruben Amorim. Absolutely. You know, signing your death warrant in regards to the League Cup. It was a huge mistake. Man United should have won that game comfortably. Would have won that game comfortably if Onana was not in goal. And you look at the mistakes, it's pretty evident. You know, even if Heaton played in goal, we would have won that game, you know, against Grimsby. Yes, well, proper us. Big up, Daryl. Good to see you as well, though. Absolutely. Onana should be called the Cinderella, as he's always missing the ball. Boom, 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 boom. You can't beat the oldies. Please like and subscribe, guys. We're on the way to 13,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, Grayo, the legend, of course, the CEO. My CEO, big up, Gray. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, look, guys, look, you know what? Smash a like. I'm on the way to 13,000. We want to get to 20,000 ultimately and get more, because so people don't come on my channel and say, "Oh, Sal, you've only got 13,000 subscribers." You would have more if blah blah blah. I don't want to hear that, guys. The reason is, guys, because the reason is, let me just tell you something about opinions and things like that. About opinions, right? There are people with extreme opinions. There's people on this side in regards to, let me give you an example in regards to Ineos. There's people on this side and there's people on that side, right? And these two people, pro Ineos and completely Ineos, are this or that or that and that. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. And I like to look at things from different points of view because their views are extreme. My view is not extreme. So I stay in the middle. So I like to negotiate things around and what, you know what I mean, and trying to come to a conclusion and stuff like that, even though it might not make people happy. And that's what I am. I'm in the middle. And some people think that, you know what, you know, their thing is right, guys, at the end of the day. Let me just read this tweet. Yeah. Anyway, Daryl, Lammens is an all-rounder. He could do the lot, mate. Absolutely. His trainer, his ex-trainer, told him he's ready. Lammens is ready. He's ready for the action, guys. He's ready. He's competent. He's got his head screwed on. He knows what he's doing, guys. I told you guys, he's the new Petr Cech for me. I watched him for a while. He obviously models his game around Courtois as well. Courtois, guys, has said some nice things about him via Rio Ferdinand, guys. Via Rio Ferdinand, Courtois said some nice things about Mr. Sané Lammens, of course, guys. If I got it here, let me just say this. Let me just put this one up. I think I've got it here. No, it's not that one. Let me just get it up here. Rio Ferdinand on Sané Lammens, right? Sané Lammens, Courtois was talking to Rio Ferdinand about Sané Lammens. Okay, so he said, Rio said on Sané Lammens, he said he's a huge talent, obviously not experienced yet, but he thinks his style will be well suited to the Premier League as well. So that's a recommendation from probably one of the best free goalkeepers in the world. And that is what Courtois said to Rio Ferdinand. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with Rio Ferdinand. I'm happy with Courtois. I mean, no better praise than with Courtois, of course, guys. Onana made this club football into Ganja FC. Goodness me. I mean, the rest, let's see what's going on. We still don't know if Lammens will be good in the Prem. He will be good in the Prem, mate. He will. Trust me, I watched him for a year. Guys, you got to listen to me. I study things. I don't just look at YouTube clips, bruv. You know, he's going to be ready for the Prem. If Bayindir is ready for the Prem, you think Lammens is not ready for the Prem. You know, you think he's not ready for the Prem. If we can get a 40-year-old player playing in the Premier League, you know, why can't we get Sané Lammens? I think we're going into the realms of, we're getting into this little bit of overthinking things these days. And this is the problem these days. We overthink things. This is why we don't get 18-year-olds scoring in World Cups, you know? And we only have one, which is Lamine Yamal. You know, back in my day, there were loads of Lamine Yamals, hundreds of Lamine Yamals, you know, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, we need to just take the risk. He's 23. He's not a baby. He's 23. He's 3 years older than David De Gea. When David De Gea signed for Man United, he's 3 years older than David De Gea. Kenny, the only thing I'd give Ineos a bit of credit for is outgoings. Late, cheap, not really. Two outgoings only, not really. No, I mean, anyone could have done that, in my opinion. Sorry. Daryl, Don't have to be Premier League proven, mate. Absolutely not. Hello, Aman. What's going on, my friend? Are we doing well? Good to see you. Are you going to Old Trafford this season? Probably not, Aman. I did say, however, if Man United win the league or Man United win a major trophy, I'll be in Manchester. I'm in Abu Dhabi at the moment. I've been to over nearly 500 games, Aman, in my life. I think I deserve a break. Been around the world watching Man United from Honved all the way up to Tokyo, wherever you want to go. I've been, guys. So, yeah. 3 out of 10 window, says Stephen. Yeah, look, I'm not letting them take any credit for players out because they undervalued them and obviously they loaned out a couple. Marcus Rashford and Sancho will be back next year, by the way. We're still going to have that problem, you know. Ephraim, good afternoon, Sal. Onana mentality is wrong how he asks contract when he is. I know, mate. I know the audacity. I mean, I told you guys yesterday. I said this morning, I almost spat my coffee out. I almost choked on my coffee. When I heard about what he did, I almost choked to my coffee. Big up Arman, by the way. I'm from Singapore. Big up the Singapore family. Hope you're doing well. Beautiful place, of course. One of the best airports in the world. Guys, absolutely. Hope you're well. Daryl, they extended Sancho contract a year. I mean, farce. It's a farce, isn't it? What are they doing? We just need to get rid of Jadon Sancho, and here they are, offering him new contracts and things like that. It's ridiculous, guys. We have to be honest, guys. It's ridiculous. This guy's the king of the bomb squad. He's the king of the bomb squad. He's going to build his own new bomb squad when he gets there. That's what it is. He's the villain of the piece. He's the villain of Manchester United. I was born in the US, man. Whereabouts in the US was you born, mate? Whereabouts? Stephen, is it true about the club looking to add another years in Sancho? Yes, they've already done it, Stephen. Ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely. I'm a US citizen. Big up yourself, man. Big up our man. Good to see you. Good welcome to the stream, my friend. Sir, why Mount gets so many injuries? He can play 5 games without getting injury. Savior, let me tell you something about a pelvis injury, right? Mason Mount got a pelvis injury, which is why we shouldn't have signed Mason Mount in the first place. Especially for 50 odd million. I worked in a hospital for over 5 years, and the pelvis injury, right, is a unique one. It doesn't heal by itself. You need strong medication. And that strong medication has a knee-jerk reaction, meaning a knock-on effect on other parts of the body, and it creates injuries in other parts of the body. More or less, you're very frail when you have a pelvis injury. You become frail, and that is what has happened with Mason Mount. Now, it is a big worry. Man United have said it's a big worry. He's done very well this season so far, but this is precisely what we're talking about. We're talking about the squad here. And we are injury-prone FC. We're talking about Mason Mount. We're talking about Luke Shaw. We're talking about these players in our football team who keep getting injured. And Mason Mount is going to get injured again. Just like Licha Martinez is going to get injured again because he's got a problem. And when you've got a problem, that becomes an issue. Man United are looking at the Everton medical team at the moment. They're looking at the Everton medical team. We might be getting the Everton medical team at Manchester United and finally upgrading our medical staff. It's been a godsend, for goodness sake. I don't know why we haven't improved that. That would have been one of the first things that I would have improved about Man United is the medical department, because there's no coincidence here, isn't it, in regards to the injuries of Man United and the medical department. New Jersey, big up New Jersey. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I was born in New Jersey, man. Big up our man. Good to see you, man. Big up New Jersey. Big up New Jersey. My brother lives in Brooklyn. So big up New York. Hope you're well. Now I think he moved to Manhattan, but he lived in Brooklyn. But yeah, big up our man. My grandmother's from Newport News, Virginia. That's where my grandmother's from. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, do you think Lammens has a mentality if he makes it? Yeah. I think every goalkeeper, when you're raised as a goalkeeper, every single goalkeeper knows they're going to make a mistake sooner or later. Even the great Dane Peter Schmeichel made mistakes sometimes. But the most important thing about a young goalkeeper is how you bounce back. It's how you bounce back, how you come back. And having watched Senny Lammens make mistakes when he was even younger than he is now, I've seen him make mistakes and I've seen him bounce back. And if you watch these interviews on MUTV, if you watch these interviews, you would see that guy knows. He said it's been a long road here. It's been difficult. It's been hard work. He's worked his butt off to get to where he is. I don't think he's going to let us down. I don't think he is. There's only a few goalkeepers, guys, that you can take a risk on and say, you know what, that goalkeeper's got potential. We can't just dismiss everyone because they're young. You have to someday take a chance on, you know what I mean? Because we go around praising Brighton, how Brighton do this, how Brighton do that. Their scouting is so brilliant, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to actually getting the player that Brighton would sign, right, we go, oof, is it worth it? Now, if we thought like this a year ago, we would have got Baleba for nothing. You know what I mean? And we were in for Baleba at the time, but we didn't take the risk on Baleba. It's not the first time this has happened, guys. It's not the first time. Stephen, this club kills me. Sancho needs to boot now. I mean, yeah, I know, mate. This club only thinks about money, Stephen. They don't care about the toxicity that he's bringing. Erstasy, do you think we will get Baleba this season? I heard we're still pursuing him. The Erstasy, Man United will not get Baleba. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right? And I'll tell you why. If Man United truly wanted Baleba, right? They would have paid the money, or they would have put a deposit down on Baleba for next season. So basically what they would have done is that they would have put a deposit down and said, we're solidifying Baleba for now, and we'll pick him up next season. They would have done something, an obligation to buy something. You know, they would have done something to get Baleba through the door. Baleba's a £100 million player, right? I know it's a bit overpriced, but he's a £100 million player. Now, if Baleba has a good season this season, right? Next season, there's going to not only be Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal in for Baleba, there will be Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG after Baleba as well. So this is why I think it's a very low chance that we get him. I think the only chance that we had in getting Baleba was this season. Now, you know, and this is what I'm saying. And it's unfortunate because he's such a good player. I was born in Edison, New Jersey, man. Big up, man. Big up. Good to see you, mate. Need a new set piece coach. Yep. I mean, the corners are really bad, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up. I'm listening to this and revising. Big up. You're revising. I'm your tutor today. You're revising. Look, you know what? Listen, guys, I tell you right now, Man United, when they want a player, they go after him now. You know, and I mean, obviously, we agreed personal terms with Baleba. We agreed personal terms with Baleba, but we didn't want to pay the money for Baleba. So, you know, there you go. Hoo-ha, isn't it? You know, I mean, are they going to want to pay the money next year? This is where we're going here with this, isn't it? Are they going to want to pay the money next year, you know? Is it true Juventus won who? Mazraoui? I haven't heard anything, but I'm not surprised if they will. He's a fantastic player. I'm sure a lot of clubs want Mazraoui because of his versatility and stuff like that. He's a very, very good player. I like Mazraoui. One of our better signings in the last 10 years, I would say, and an absolute gem, I would say. I mean, I like Mazraoui and I can't wait till he comes back. We need him. Arman, do you think that we'll beat Man City and Chelsea, man? Man City we'll beat Man City. Yeah, we'll beat Man City, Arman. I'm going to tell you right now, we'll beat Man City. About Chelsea, I think it's going to be a draw. That's my prediction. I think the Chelsea will be 0-0, 1-1, but I think we'll beat Man City. And I don't think that would be that bad because we've got a very difficult start to the season. We've also got Liverpool coming up as well. If we can escape those fixtures unscathed, I think we'll be all right. 100%, absolutely, Daryl. Personal terms agreed did mean nothing, mate, until the pen to paper. Yeah, I know that. You don't need to tell me, Stephen. Been around the block a long time. I think I know that. I've seen players holding up the Man United shirt and go to Chelsea. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so no need to tell me, brother. I know exactly that. You know that the personal terms is the easy part, so to speak. It's the easy part. Agreeing personal terms is nothing. It's actually agreeing the terms with the club. That's what you got to do, you know, and that's what we didn't do, of course. Ciao. Did you heard about the news Chelsea's owner talked about why they didn't sign Sancho? I ain't seen it yet. I can guess why. There's many reasons why, and the evidence is right in your face of why people wouldn't want to sign Sancho. He's unprofessional. He turns up late to training. He's arrogant. He's delusional. He doesn't take accountability. He doesn't train hard. And people are not mentioning, but have you seen how much weight Jadon Sancho has put on since he's been in England? Have you seen how much weight he's put on? He's put on a lot of timber, guys. A lot of weight. You know what I mean? Daryl, get the likes up, guys. Subplay people, guys. Come on, guys and girls. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video, guys. Please. Absolutely. I mean, obviously, all the subscribers, you want to have a chat, subscribe to the channel, guys. I heard that a lot of Manchester City fans used to support us before switching that. No. The Man City fans never used to support Man United because I don't believe that any true Man United fan would turn to Man City. That's not true because they weren't Man United fans in the first place. So that's what I would say, number one. Number two, I think a lot of people became Manchester City fans because they had a lot of money. And when they started to get all the players in and stuff, new fans in Manchester started to support Manchester City. Now, this myth about all the Man United fans are in London or all the Man City fans are in Manchester. No, I've been to Manchester hundreds of times. Most of the fans in Manchester are Manchester United. And no matter what people say, I mean, they can all make up all these banter things about that. That's true. The Manchester City fans now are the ones that are glory hunters, the ones that would have supported Man United, but chose Man City because they won. They were winning things, and that's what it is. Big up, Uncle. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well, Uncle Brandy. What's going on? So Onana now before he costs some juju on Lammens. Bloody hell, Uncle. Don't make me nervous, brother. That you're going to make me nervous. We got enough juju as it is, bro. I think that, you know what, when I'm thinking about Old Trafford, I'm already thinking about divine intervention in regards to Old Trafford. I've been thinking of that in my head. Maybe we need to get some divine intervention at Old Trafford, get someone to spread some things on the pitch or something, whatever, holy water, whatever you want, guys. Because at the end of the day, look, guys, Onana's a dodgy guy, guys. Onana, you do not want to meet Onana on your own, in the forest or something like that. But that guy's scary. That guy, I think it was against Grimsby. He looked at the camera and he was like this. And I thought, oh man, that guy, he's gonna curse us through the bloody screen. He's gonna curse us. My goodness me. Big up, oh man. I always say what I mean, my friend. Always say what I mean. Yeah, that's what you call glory hunters. Absolutely. Watched a lot of Kone. Reminds me of Claude Makalele. Very good player, but will need to bulk up slightly. So I agree, Benny. I agree 100%. He does need to bulk up. This is why I'm not so play him now. I'm saying bring him into the team, gradually build him up. Maybe in the FA Cup, play him against the smaller teams in the Premier League at Old Trafford, but don't play him from the start. Bring him in on if we're winning the game, bring him in on 70 minutes, 80 minutes. And that will give him more strength and more experience in the Premier League, of course. Manchester is red. It always has been red. It will forever be red, my friend Daryl. It will forever be red. Sal, how can we compete to top 5 when neglect that position? We just have to believe, guys. The players are good enough. I've said it this morning. We have to believe, and we have to have our standards high. Let's not believe that they're not good enough, because they are. And that's what I would say. This team are good enough. This team are good enough, and they need to believe they're good enough. And I said this morning. We can't keep using excuses. We've got the team there. Go out and play, and don't feel sorry for yourselves. You are Manchester United. You're standing on the shoulders of greats, guys. So go out there and win. And that's what I would say to every single Man United player. Because I know that they're going to think, deep down, they're going to be thinking, are we ready? Are we really there? Are we really good enough? You are good enough, man. You are good enough. I've seen all the great Man United teams over the last 30, 40 years. I've seen them. You are good enough. Some of those players are good enough. You've got enough players there to push up that league and challenge for the Champions League type places. And they just need to believe in it. Absolutely. Aristocracy. Manchester is red. England is red. UK is red. Yes. The world is red. Yeah. That's it. Big up Arman, my friend. I met one of them in Singapore. Big up, mate. You don't need to put man after every word. Every word. But Arman, man. Big up, my friend, man. Big up, man. Peace, man. All the best. Absolutely. I'll just say Ireland is green. It's red as well, Man United. Definitely, I would say. What's your prediction for the Manchester Derby match? 2-1 Man United. Ephraim. Sal, it is sad that we don't see Liverpool and United compete. We will eventually. We will. The Premier League needs a competitive Manchester United. The Premier League needs a competitive Man United. They need a Man United that are competing. Because when Man United compete, and I'll take you back all the way through the 90s and stuff like that, when Man United were competitive, we created rivalries. The most entertaining Premier League campaigns were involved with Manchester United. Manchester United, whether that be 2012, whether that be 1995, whether that be 1996, whether that be 1999, the Premier League campaigns, the best Premier League campaigns ever were with Manchester United, where we took it to the wire right until the last day of the season. That's why Manchester United, a good Manchester United, a competing Manchester United, is profitable for the Premier League, and they need us to be competing. Because if Man United are not competing, if Man United went into the abyss, you know that the Premier League, people are not going to click on the Premier League anymore. No, we will, because of Man United fans. But the thing is, if there was no Man United, for example, Man United went out of business. It's not going to happen, but just for argument's sake, went out of business. There would be no Premier League. Premier League would die. Premier League would go to a glorified La Liga, Scottish League, not even La Liga. Absolutely. Arman, what's your prediction for the Chelsea match? 1-1. 1-1 or 0-0. 1-1 or 0-0. The answer state will be a pain in our ass. Donnarumma will. I got an analogy rest to see, but I want you to remember this, right? Donnarumma will make a mistake in his against Man United. Donnarumma will make a mistake against Man United. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. He will make a mistake against Man United. I mean, maybe I'm delusional, but absolutely. United, man. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah. How? Man, I can't even explain it, man. Big up, man. Big up, man. Our man. Our man, man. Our man. Not our man. That's why you're called our man. I get it now. Our man. Yeah, man. Big up. Our man, Hartman. Big up, my friend. Absolutely. It's all banter here. Don't worry. Daryl, no, Donnarumma hates the ball at his feet. Just need to put pressure on the back. And guys, you know what I'm talking about. I said this morning that Mbeumo is the new Mohamed Salah. I said it, guys. I said it. I threw it out there. I think Mbeumo is the new Mohamed Salah. Mbeumo will be better than Mohamed Salah. He's going to start causing big issues for rival teams, guys. I'm telling you right now. He's going to cause problems for the rival teams. Trust me. Mbeumo is going to be the signing of the season. And I said it. And this is why I was saying at the beginning of this season, we need Mbeumo. We need Mbeumo. We need Mbeumo. He's now slowly becoming what we know he can become. That guy is an animal. That guy does not stop running. He's non-stop running. He's an absolute G. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, how Liverpool have the United rivalry begun? Through the dockyards, through the Man United made minerals. I think it was Man United were more in regards to minerals and Liverpool was shipping. So it came from there initially. I think it was Man United were coal, something like that. If I'm wrong, but it was coal. Liverpool was shipping and businesses and stuff like that. So Man United and Manchester and Liverpool had a rivalry there already. Most of it boils from success because we're around the same part of the country. We're in the northwest. Most of it comes from success, and that rival evolved from there. So it evolved from a very long time ago in regards to cotton. It was cotton, and it was the shipping and stuff like that. So it was like that, right? And then Man United started to get successful. Man United were the first team to win the European Cup. Back then, it was the Champions League now. And then obviously Liverpool started to come in the 80s. It started to late 70s, 80s, started to dominate football. And obviously there was that northwest rivalry there. And Man United came back. And yeah, that's how it happened. Both same. Absolutely. United, man. No, man. United, man. Absolutely. Big up. Only joking, our man. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's a banter on here. Everyone, please smash the like and subscribe buttons and show you appreciate. Thank you so much, Grayo. Love, man. Big up, my friend. Happened to Harry Hamas. Been very quiet. He's gone to Sheffield Wednesday, Grayo, on loan. He's going to Sheffield Wednesday on loan for the season. I think it'd be good for him. I mean, in the Championship, he will get a bit bulked up a little bit because obviously one of the biggest criticisms in regards to Harry Hamas, which I'm a big fan of, was the fact that he weren't bulky enough. He weren't bulky enough. He was that. But he's gone to Sheffield Wednesday, Grayo. Coco, big up, big up, oh man, big up, mate. No worries, man. Smash the like, man. Button 2, big up, oh man, big up, man. Thank you so much, guys. We're getting top 5, man. Oh, definitely, man. Win the league, man. And Bremer, this is like 1960 flower power, man. And Bremer would tell it up 100% the new Salah. His first goal was one of many. I agree, mate. I agree. And he's more built than Salah. I think he's going to be an absolute animal. I think that Mbeumo is going to be a great at Man United. I'm telling you right now. This is why I was so excited about the signing. That guy, he's been in the Dow Jones. He's been in the Championship, guys. People forget that. You know, with Brentford. And he's built up. You know, he didn't just come and given an opportunity. This guy knows. And this is why I don't care about Grimsby, right? Not only is the Grimsby town manager making fun of Ruben Amorim, they also were swearing at Mbeumo. And Mbeumo was trying to get off the pitch. And I mean, instead of celebrating one of their greatest results in their history, they were poking their fingers up at him, flipping the bird at him and saying all this stuff about him. I mean, disgraceful to him. I wouldn't care if Man United appeal. I think Man United should appeal. F Grimsby. Absolutely. Coco. Mbeumo will tear it up 100%. Yeah, absolutely. If I read that one. Man United become Liverpool rival because City were just too shite. Yeah. They went down. No, actually, Man City. Look, let me tell you something, Arrested. Let me give you an education, guys, about Manchester City. Why do Man United wear blue? It's because of Man City. Back in the day, Manchester United's stadium got bombed, right? And in the World War II. And we played at Main Road, which is the old Manchester City ground for a while. So the rivalry with Team Manchester City wasn't like a hatred. It wasn't like that. The hatred, I mean, it was close to that with Liverpool, but with Man City and Man United, we have a history there of, you know what, this and that. And Man United do as well, Real de Madrid. We have a good history with Real Madrid. Of course, Real Madrid wanted to give up their European Cup. They wanted to give up the European Cup to Man United after 1958 because Real Madrid won the European Cup. They wanted to give it to Man United. They wanted to dedicate it to Manchester United because of the Busby Babes, because everything like that. But yeah, look, you know what, guys, yeah, I mean, Man City have only come good since they had money, isn't it? I remember them in the Championship, in League One. The year that Man United were winning the treble, Man City were playing in the playoff final at Wembley, you know? Championship playoff final, I think it was, or League One playoff final. Sesko will score the winner gets it. Come on, our man. I hope so. In Bremo, first goal for us. Absolutely. He scored his first goal against Grimsby. Scored his second goal against Burnley. Scored 2 goals already, guys. 2 in 4. That would be sensational. Big us to see, my friend. For me, the start is to find Kone. He has the most potential. I don't know. I think they're both good. I think Mbumo's the most talented. I do. I think Mbumo is an absolute animal. That's why he scored 2 in 4. The guy's an animal. Kone is more like the workhorse, the guy the passion, and they work well together. 100%. Mbumo is an ox. He's gonna be, mate. He ain't even fit yet. Yeah, gave us kits and that. Yeah, they did. People don't look at their history, guys. The reason that Man United wear blue, the reason that they don't delve into the actual nitty gritty of what we were and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And the rivalry. It's not a hatred. There's never hatred involved in it. It's a dislike, a disdain for some teams. Yes, Liverpool, we don't like Liverpool, and that's just the way it is. But I mean, the thing with Liverpool, it comes from a deep, doesn't it? And obviously the rivalries, the cult, not the Colts, what shall I say? The two firms as well were very potent. And Man United and Liverpool were very successful. And it came from that. Do you know what I mean? Sal, do not jinx it. Saying that, I don't jinx anything. I'm blessed. Do you live? No, I live in the UAE now. Oh, man, I've been in the UAE 3 years. Abu Dhabi. Abramo will score the first goal for us in the Manchester derby. I hope so, mate. I hope so. I hope we win the game. I'm very confident. Very confident, guys. Very confident that we'll win the game. And that's what and I said that last year when we played Man City, and no one believed me. You know, no one believed me that we're going to beat Man City. And we did. And we did. And yeah, we move on, don't we, at the end of the day. But guys, let's wait and see. I've done my research about my lovely glorious club, which is United. Absolutely don't. I mean, some people don't want to do the research. They're in it for vibes. They're in it for success. They're not in it for the history. I'm in it for the history. I love Man United's history. It's why I fell for this club and supported this club my whole life, because of the history of the football club. That's why I like this club so much, because what it is, what it stands for, where it came from, the adversity. It reminds me of myself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what I've been through. Obviously, not 58, but I'm talking about the adversity to the stars. And I think that's very, very important. It's in all of our DNA, mate. It's in all of our DNA. That's what we are. Do you think we do the double over Man City? Let's wait and see, man. I mean, let's wait and see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens against City. I believe we're going to win. I'll take it game by game, man, my friend. I don't know what's going to happen against City next year. I don't know what's going to happen. Because obviously we don't know who's going to be fit, who's going to be ready for the game. Is someone going to be injured? I need to look at it in context before I start making predictions about the next game, of course. We have to wait and see, guys. We have to wait and see. I mean, obviously, I hope Man United win both games. I hope they will. I mean, and that's it. And that's all I can say. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys. But let's wait and see what happens, obviously. Guys, let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, look, I'm fairly confident that Man United will do something. You believe that, what I believe. Do you think we'll make top 4? Absolutely, man. Absolutely, I believe, man. I believe we're gonna get top 4. Don't worry about it. Listen, guys, let's just take it game by game and let's see how it goes. We got a huge test coming up against Man City, and then we got Chelsea, guys, and then we got Brentford. And we know that we haven't been good against Brentford recent years. So we've got a very difficult start to the season. We got Liverpool coming up as well. So you know what? After this period, after this spell, we're gonna analyze it, and then we'll get a fair crack of where we are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if we come out those games unscathed, if we do not lose, right? I'm not saying win every game, because we're not. But if we come out those games unscathed and we do not lose, I think we'll be all right. I actually think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right, guys. Brentford ain't same anymore, Sal. They're not, Daryl. They're not. They've lost their best players. Wisa, in Buemo, of course. Nygaard as well. He's gone to Arsenal as well. Feel sorry for him in a way, but sorry, no sorry. I mean, obviously, they don't feel sorry for us, but yeah, they've lost a lot of players. They've got a new manager. They lost their manager as well, isn't it? Thomas Frank. Yeah, so look, Man United should... I actually fear for Brentford this season. I do. They did win the other day, though, if I'm not wrong. They did win the other day, if I'm not correct. But yeah, look... if we come out of these games unscathed, for example, we draw against Man City, we draw against Chelsea, and we go and beat Brentford. That's not bad. It's not bad. And then we can move on to the easier games, Grayo, regarding keepers, Paddy Roach was the worst for me. Doherty dropped Alex Stepney when we were leading the first division. In 1 month, I think I lost 4 or 5 and blew it. He won the FA Cup, though. Yeah. Anana's worse. Statistically, he's worse. Games for Onana's the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen, and I know about Roach, yes, but Onana for me is the worst goalkeeper in Man United. I don't even class him as a goalkeeper; I class him as a clown. Absolutely. Kone is lightweight. We could have gone for Gallagher. We're not gone for Gallagher. Kone will be all right. We have to drift him into the team. He has to build up, and we have youth, courage, success. Never forget that, guys. Not just buying. Not just buy, loan, and sell. It's all about youth, courage, and success for Man United. And we have to believe in our youth. And basically, I think Kone will be ready. Not quite yet, but he will be ready. He needs to be drifted into the team slowly. It's not all about physicality these days. It's not 1995 anymore. Players are much more of athletes than they are physicality and stuff like that. No more Roy Keanes anymore. Sal, how good was the Busby team? Busby Babes, mate. Busby Babes. The best, mate. The best. What I would say about the Busby Babes, this is why I argue with every Liverpool fan. If this Busby Babes team, if the Munich disaster didn't happen, right, Man United would have a few more European Cups, Champions Leagues, number one, a few more Premier League titles. We still won the European Cup in 1968. Despite what happened in 1958, we still managed to win the European Cup in 1968. That shows you how good we are up here as well. Right, what we went through is adversity to the stars. That is Man United for me. And if Man United if this terrible tragedy did not happen, Duncan Edwards, England will probably have 3 World Cups. I know it might hurt some people, but England will have a few more cups. With Duncan Edwards was an absolute monster, right? An absolute monster. He was an all-rounder, an absolute beast, right? And then when you think about if it didn't happen, Man United would have dominated football like Real Madrid dominated football. And Real Madrid know that as well. Man United would have dominated football like Real Madrid dominated football all those years ago. No, Brentford lost 2-1 to Sunderland. I think they won 3-0 first game, didn't they, Daryl? I think United should put in a good win against City and Chelsea. I hope so, Johnny. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed, mate. What are your predictions, Johnny? Big up. How many more seasons do you think it will take for us? I'm not gonna predict anything. I don't predict things apart from the next game. All right. So Man United should always challenge for the major honours, and that's all I would say. We should not be predicting we're going to do this in 2028. We're going to do this in 2027. We'll do this. We do that. We should say Man United should right now, right here, right now, win, and that's it. When we look too far ahead, we get away with ourselves. We get away with ourselves and we start thinking, we start building up this expectation. What we need to do, win the next game. And that's what Man United have always done. Win the next game, onto the next, onto the next, onto the next. That's what Man United should do. Next game, next game, next game. Win against City. And that's all I'm caring about. Win against City. Big up Armando. But yeah, look, you know what? It's all about winning games, guys. That's what it's about for me. And the next game is Man City. And then I'll have Chelsea. Then I have Brentford. And then we see what happens. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So let's wait and see what happens. I believe, and I think you should as well. We got no choice, guys. We can either be pessimistic or we can be optimistic. At the end of the day, I prefer optimistic. I prefer that because it makes me feel better. And I actually like some of these players. I actually think that some of these players are very good. I really do. Unfortunate about the Kone injury, of course, but obviously it's not as serious as first thought, according to reports. Kone will be back sooner rather than later, guys. So that's good, of course. That's great news. We need Kone. Maybe the City game is a little bit too soon for him, but we are covered in that position. We can move Mainu down to the number 8. We can move Bruno in the number 10. We got Xerxes as well. We can move Sesko up front, of course. So we got it, guys. Sal, if we kept Ronaldo, do you think we would have more Premier League, win more? If in the first time, in his first spell, yes. But Man United won the league anyway, Ephraim. Man United won the league in 2006, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man United won the leagues anyway, you know. So Man United was still successful. So we probably would have won more Champions Leagues, I think. Definitely. I think if we had Ronaldo in the final at Wembley, we might have won the Champions League. Of course, we were coming up against one of the best teams of all time in Barcelona. I think we would have won more trophies, yeah. And I think we missed Ronaldo at his absolute monstrous peak. We had him at a peak level where he was scoring 40 goals a season, winning Ballon d'Or, but he went on to a new level at Real Madrid. And, you know, if we had him during that period, who knows what would have happened with Man United? Who knows? We would have won a lot. We would have probably won the 2012 league. Man City wouldn't have won the 2012 league, I would say. Obviously, we won the 2013 league already. 2014, Man United would win. 15, Man United would win. I mean, we'd have a lot more titles, guys. And the biggest disappointment for me is the fact that how much we sold him for and how much that gets you these days. You know, 90 million. And how much did Real Madrid make from him? What do you think the score? I said it already. Our man 2-1 Man United. Are you happy with Kobe staying? Yes, very happy. We need him. We can't get rid of any more players. I'm a big fan of keeping your youth players. I think that's Man United's legacy. That's Man United's heritage. I don't think Man U becomes a bad player overnight, but I think he needs to screw his head on and concentrate on the game because he's gonna get his opportunities, guys. Look against Man City. Now we got Kone and Mount injured. We got Kone and Mount injured. Mainu could possibly start against Man City. That's how it works, guys. You see, if you just be patient, you will get your opportunity. And that's what he needs to understand. It's a squad game. It's a team game. And that's what we need to do. And Johnny, 3-1 City United, 2-1 Chelsea. Hi, Sal. I remember we lost a young Brazilian midfielder some seasons ago when a similar frame to Kone. After a rough tackle, Kone needs some burgers. Not burgers. It's bad for him, mate. He won't be fit then. Protein, probably. Loads of porridge, probably. There's a few. But I think he's ready. He's stronger than you think, you know. He's stronger than you think, you know. He looks weak. He's not weak. Watch him. He doesn't get buzzed off the ball. Trust me, mate. He's stronger than you think. Sal, if we do not go toe-to-toe with Barcelona in the final, do you think we'll win the final? No. What Man United needed to do, if you watch the 2008 semi-final Man United against Barcelona, that's what Man United needed to do. That. Right there. Everyone back, man-mark job, snatch and grab. That's what Man United needed to do. Man United needed to do the counter-attacking. What Alex Ferguson did wrong, he played Ryan Giggs in the middle against Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets, and that's what he did wrong. Of course, that Barcelona team. I mean, I think that Alex Ferguson said that he would have put Jason Park on Messi. Of course, we needed to go more pragmatic. We fell for their trick. And I tell you what Barcelona's trick was. Barcelona do the dark arts very well. They do this and stuff. You know, they fall down and stuff. But Pep Guardiola said this for Barcelona. When he was managing Barcelona, Pep Guardiola said, I like Man United because Man United play beautiful football and they like to attack. Right? We got giddy with that. We got a little bit happy with that. And we went all out to play Barcelona. And we left spaces for Barcelona to exploit. Spaces in that team. We were naive in both games. In Rome and in Wembley, which I was at. Now we were naive in both games, and I felt that like if Jason Park played and obviously we didn't have Darren Fletcher. Darren Fletcher was suspended, which is very important. But if we had Jason Park in it and we played a pragmatic style and got our opportunity, when we get our opportunity, we take that opportunity. Barcelona won't be able to do it. They won't be able to have it. Should have played Jason Park. He played, but he played him out of position. I think he played him on the left or something now, if I'm not wrong. He came on as a substitute or something. That's what Sir Alex for. Yeah. That's what he should have done. He should have went pragmatic. Messi was their guy. But not only their guy, I think the tool for Messi, the key for Messi was Iniesta. That guy was an absolute monster. Scholes was sent by Ferguson for a Guinness with a Brian Robson serious stuff, a pint of black. Paul Scholes was one of the main reasons. Who was it? What did I say? What did I hear? Paul Scholes was one of the main reasons we signed Wayne Rooney. Did you know that? Paul Scholes gave a phone call to Wayne Rooney and said, you come in United or what? Did you know that? And Wayne Rooney ended up signing for Man United. Wayne Rooney almost went to Newcastle. Mad, isn't it? And guess what? Guess what would have happened? Newcastle wanted to bring in Wayne Rooney, and Newcastle wanted to loan him out. They wanted to loan him out. This is what they wanted. Man United guaranteed Wayne Rooney first team football. Mad. Sal, when Sir Alex retire, if he hire Pep, do you think we would be? Yes. Yeah. We would have been successful with Ancelotti. We would have been successful with Jurgen Klopp. We got the wrong manager. David Moyes did not deserve to be Manchester United manager. He had no right being a Man United manager. Absolutely none. Wrong decision. By all concerned. Wrong decision. Skulls and Mascars, one of the best, as Zidane said. Peace and blessings, everyone. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you, RJ, again. Do you think Tevez was disrespectful? Yes, he was disrespectful to us, Aman. But what I would say is that we have to look at things in context. Alex Ferguson promised him a contract, and he didn't give it. And that was what he's upset. But there was no reason for Tevez to do what he did, though. No reason at all. He was very disrespectful, yes. But obviously he was antagonized, and the sort of character that Carlos Tevez is, that's his character. He's from the street, Argentina. So what Alex Ferguson did, he antagonized him. And Alex Ferguson did it with a few players. Tevez was brilliant. I mean, Man United with Tevez, Rooney, and Ronaldo. No one can live with that. No one can live with that. We're talking about Man United, right? If Man United had Tevez, Ronaldo, and Rooney in 2000, and in Rome and at Wembley, Man United win those games. Man United win those games, guys. I'm pretty certain. I think Kone could be the next Caicedo. Let's hope so. We got to give him a chance. That's what Brighton do. Benny, Paul Scholes used to go out for a few guineas after Ferguson's direction with Brian Robson to build him up. Maybe do the same with Kone. Did you know? What did I hear the other day, Benny? What did I hear the other day? I've forgotten what it was. But someone used to have a pint before a game. I've forgotten who it was. And it was Jose Mourinho who told him to have a pint before the game. I forgot. I'm not sure who it was. I'm not sure who it was, but he told him to have a pint before the game and he'll be all right. And he had a man of match display the next day. If you remember Rodrigo Possebon in 2008, he was introduced too early physically. He weren't good enough, mate. But Kone is physically ready. Trust me. Just because he looks small, he's not small. I've seen Makelele this close to me. He looks like a midget. He looks like a midget. I've seen all these players. These players who look. He's not. He's strong. Trust me, he's strong. He doesn't look it, but he's strong. Possebon wasn't good enough for Man United. He was injury prone, but he was never good enough for Man United. He weren't fit enough. He weren't dedicated enough. He weren't athletic enough for Man United. He was a bad signing. Unstoppable trio. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, we have no good relationship with Argentina players. Why is that? I want to say that. Licha Martinez is a Man United player. We're very close with him, obviously. Just the only thing is that we fell out with a few Argentina players. That's it. And it's not our fault. Some of it is, some of it isn't. Tevez and obviously Veron didn't work out at Man United. Obviously, Veron didn't work out at Man United because of Paul Scholes and Roy Keane were in front of him. But Veron was a fantastic player. You know? Bro, Kone has, I know. He does. And he's strong. He's strong, mate. He's strong. I think he's ready. I do. And you will see that. That's why he's been brought into the first team, guys. Makelele was a class act. If Kone is half the player he was, it's okay. Seen him play a few times. Very, very clever player. Smart. Very smart. Keane was underrated. Which Keane? Roy Keane or Robbie Keane? Which one? Roy Keane was underrated. Roy Keane's the best CDM of all time, in my opinion, along with Brian Robson. They're the two best captains in Man United's history. Happy days, old Trafford. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Hope you're blessed, my friend. Sal, which three strikers are the best for you? When? Now? When? I mean, I'll go way back. My three best strikers. My three best strikers are Eric Cantona, Wayne Rooney, and it's between Ruud van Nistelrooy and Andy Cole. That's my three. In my lifetime, When 1988-89, around that time, man. But I started watching football. I started becoming a Man United fan about late 80s. But I started watching football about 1986 when the World Cup was on, vaguely, when I was very young. So I started watching football about then when Maradona done that, Hand of God and all that and stuff like that. You know what one, bro? Come on. Big up, my friend. Big up, Dowell. My transfer hangover is over now. Big up, Old Trevor. Big up, my friend. Cantona, Andy Cole, Robin Van Nistelrooy. What's that? RVR. Rude Van Ronaldo. Because Ronaldo, let me tell you something about Ronaldo, though. Ronaldo was not a striker when he played for Man United. And people forget that. He was a winger. Guys, he was a winger. He was not a striker. Guys, I want to say thank you to everyone. Bless up the community, as usual. I will be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, of course. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. Don't forget to smash a like. Don't forget to put your notifications on. Write comments below. Everything, all that nice stuff, guys. It helps with the video. Please don't forget to do that, guys. I will be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Don't forget to join me for that. Another big show, guys. And guys, enjoy your evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. Happy days. Sleep tight. Peace.